Welcome back to Sunrise. Today we've got Mr. Obafemi Olaore, who is the Executive Secretary, Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
Is it true what we read that banks have taken over 15 tank farms, some fuel stations, because they use them for collateral in the downstream sector?
The number could even be higher.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because the monies, okay, apart from using some of them as collaterals, some were actually built with loans from bank directly like that, you know. So you have situations where even Amcon is taking over some tank farms, and the number will continue to increase because government is owing and they have not paid.
What does this mean to independent marketers?
Well, we have a little bit of some shock absorbers, but our other colleagues may not have that. So for them, it's even a bigger problem. It's a bigger problem.
When last did you have a conversation with government on this matter?
Yeah, we've been discussing with government. I remember we held a meeting in January this year. Then the government directed that we meet with the Minister of Finance to reconcile, which we did. We had another meeting February. We have had some 3 other meetings about May, June, okay? And we got to the point where we had reconciled. We had even given undertakings that whatever we owe government could also be deducted from what government is owing us. But surprisingly, we seem not to be moving anywhere. We got the impression that the figure was first approved by FEC and transmitted to National Assembly. So hopes were very high that by the 3rd quarter of this year we would have gotten our money. Nothing happened. Now we hear that some 5.5 billion has been approved.
Which one? For loan?
Yes, and we do not know, we don't understand. Nobody is talking to us.
Okay, because some of the last communication out there in the public too is that, yes, as you rightly said, the FEC had approved the validation of those promissory notes and then the debt issuance program for payments, but they said they were waiting on the National Assembly to approve some of those before they eventually get back to you. So there hasn't been any recent communication ever since then. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. It appears to be a ding-dong affair. We heard they transmitted a letter to the National Assembly. At a stage, National Assembly said they had no letter when we inquired.
Oh.
Okay. Then we heard they are doing the 1st or 2nd reading. But since then, we've not heard anything. We are at a loss, you see. And you see, we're getting to a point where all companies are unable to retain the staff that they have. Apart from banks taking over tank farms, even the staff that we have now, we're unable to hold on to them. And we're getting to Christmas. It will be very bleak if we start retrenching. Okay, we know we'll have some issues with the unions, but we might get to that point.